I'll solve or discuss 3.51 Irodov Electrodynamics. It is very useful because such concepts can come in JEE, though it may appear initially that it is out of syllabus, but it is not out of syllabus. You can solve it with your existing knowledge in maths and physics. Let us try to do that. This is in the problem it is phi. Potential varies according to this relationship, and let me write phi as Vx because we are used to writing V, so it becomes easier for our mind to relate. For solving such problems, there are two important formulas which you should keep in mind. One is dV is equal to minus E dot dr. I say it is extremely important for JEE. And another, as you know, is Gauss law, E dot ds integrated over surface. Q free, it is free charge, that is important, and epsilon naught. Free charge is nothing, but when you don't have any dielectric, all charge is free charge. So no need to get confused. Let me write like this, it is without dielectric. And E0 epsilon naught is permittivity of this free space. This you should further have a look at H.C. Verma and what H.C. Verma has given. I'll just expand that. E can be written as Ex, I, Ey, J and Ez, K. These are the unit vectors, these are the vectors Ex, Ey, Ez in space, and E is the vector. R can be written as Xi plus Yj plus Zk, means in space if you have X, Y and Z, there is R. R can be written in terms of X, Y, Z coordinate like this, and dr can be written like this. And E dot dr is dot product. It can be written as dot product is Ex dx plus Ey dy plus Ez dz. And E dot dr is nothing but minus dv. So minus dv is Ex dx plus Ey dy plus Ez dz. Very important formula for you. And if I keep these as constant, I get dv is equal to minus E dx. If I keep these two constant, I get minus dv is equal to Ey dy. If I keep these two constant, I get that. So that is why we write in partial differential form. Ex is minus dv upon dx. Ey is equal to minus dv upon dy. And Ez is minus dv upon dz. So from this I can calculate what are the three components of electric field in this problem in space. So minus dv upon dx here will be 3ax square. It will be plus and ex, and rest all will be 0 if you do partial differential of that. Now I have electric field only in x direction. I take a simple situation. I take a cylinder such that its axis coincides with x-axis, and one end coincides with 0, 0, another end is at a distance x, and it has radius of r, b, say b is the radius, so area is pi b square, that is the area of the two ends, and this is the curved surface. Electric field is only in x direction. Y, z direction electric fields are 0. So electric field is always perpendicular, always parallel to the curved surface. So when you take E dot ds for Gauss law, for the curved surface, it is always 0. Curved, curved, curved surface, it is always 0 because electric field is parallel to the curved surface, or electric field is perpendicular to the area vector. Area vector is perpendicular to the surface. So electric field and area vector are perpendicular. So E dot ds is 0 for curved surface. So there are two other surfaces. Here what is the electric field? Because this is the relationship. Here it is 0. And here it is 3ax square is the electric field here. Now suppose I had taken some distance, say x dash here, and dx dash is the thickness of that slice. I cut a slice, so I have charge in this slice, and let rho x be the charge density at x distance from YZ plane, because charge density as appears from the problem is varying only along X. So there is some charge density which is rho X dash. So the charge dq in this slice is pi b square dx dash into rho x dash. So I can integrate it. I get the total charge from 0 to x. X dash varies from 0 to x. This is my total charge. Now when I apply the Gauss law, I have got E dot ds. What is the value of E dot ds? E dot ds for curved surface was 0, and for the flat surface, the other end, it is total E dot ds is 3ax square into pi b square. This is my E dot ds. So this 3ax square pi b square is equal to total charge, which is 0 to x rho x dash pi b square dx dash. X dash is varying from 0 to x, and this is upon epsilon naught. If I differentiate both the sides with respect to x, I can replace this simply. This integral will vanish and this will get differentiated. This integral will vanish and I will write x in place of x dash. I will write x. So it becomes 6ax pi b square is equal to rho x pi b square upon epsilon naught. Pi b square gets cancelled. So I get rho x is equal to 6a epsilon naught into x. This is my charge density which varies along the x axis.